One of the topics that keeps coming up in a lot of the debates seems to be Medicare for all versus Obamacare plus, with the public option. And I was curious, when you see that, that sort of back and forth, what's going through your head? What's your position on this issue? And, do you think it's a distinction without a difference, or do you think it's an important debate to have?
It is an important debate, and it's going to be, as we all know, a difficult process because our healthcare system is so complex with so many moving parts. I'm in the Medicare for all camp with the provision that I would not get rid of private insurance. The goal is for the public plan to demonstrate to Americans that it's better than a private insurance plan and more cost effective. But getting rid of all private insurance strikes me as too disruptive a change. And I'm convinced that we need to go bigger than just expanding ACA because our healthcare system's fundamental dynamics are not making us stronger or healthier. They actually threaten to break our back over time. And though the ACA did some positive things to try and bend the cost curve, the reality is that the incentives in our healthcare system are still the same, which is they're built around maximizing revenue and profit and not necessarily our healthfulness. And the nerds, I think, will appreciate this story a great deal. I was just with Dean Kamen here in New Hampshire, and he invented the Segway. He invented a lot of stuff. He's like a modern day
Edison.
Yeah, I was going to say Edison. No, then I thought people would be like, maybe that's a little aggressive. The guy's like freaking spectacular. And so he came up with a portable dialysis machine that enables you to have treatment in the comfort of your own home, and it improves your quality of life dramatically, because right now you're going to an inpatient facility and plugging in, and you're there for a long time. It's debilitating. And so you'd think, well, people would be like, wow, fantastic, portable dialysis, let's do that. But then the health insurance companies and the device companies figured out they would make billions less if you had portable dialysis, because the inpatient dialysis centers are really expensive. And so what do? They lobbied to try and kill portable dialysis, even though the data is incredibly positive and the quality of life adjustments are real. And lo and behold, you know how much that costs us in additional monies every year? Tens of billions of dollars, because the public ends up bearing that cost. And so this is the kind of mammoth inefficiency that we should all be angry about, because we all end up paying the price in different ways. And I'm convinced that something fundamental has to change in the healthcare system, where it's not built around maximizing activity and revenue. It's actually built around intelligent decisions that would improve our lives. And I believe that a strong public plan is the most direct route to get there, not having some option to the existing private insurance company plans that keeps the system's incentives more or less the same.
Let me dig into that example with the incumbents not really embracing this portable dialysis option, even though it was more efficient. If you harken back to, our days in studying economics in undergrad, the professor would say, well, what will happen is some company will offer this portable dialysis, and they'll say to the insurance company, hey, I have a way for you to provide the same treatment, and you'll pay out less, and you'll keep more of the premium. And, the invisible hand will take care of this for us. Are you saying well, that's kind of not really what's happening? And why isn't that happening?
Oh, it's very much not happening. And there are a bunch of reasons why in the healthcare space, the invisible hand doesn't work so well. It's because you have a highly regulated market. You have certain players that are very powerful. We all know that lobbyists run the capital. Mm-hmm. And then on an individual level, we don't have perfect information. We're not all experts on every healthcare issue under the sun. The pricing is completely opaque. Like, no one knows what the heck anything costs. Mm-hmm. If you're sick or your family members are sick, you become cost insensitive immediately. It's not like, oh, I'm dying. Let me try and find a bargain. and there's this giant principal agent problem, because a lot of the time you're not paying the bill. So if you're not going to pay the bill, you're like, well, I don't really care what this thing costs. It's for the insurance company to figure it out, or more and more, it's for the public to figure it out. And so the invisible hand is very, very weak. in the healthcare space for a whole panoply of reasons. And you can see it with the fact that now we have this entire thicket that's grown up where we're spending twice as much on our healthcare as other countries to worse results. And it's because a lot of the stuff we're spending tons of money on is not necessarily improving our quality of life. So yeah, like if there's any place where the invisible hand's not going to work, it would be healthcare is number one. I used to joke that healthcare is where good ideas go to die for this reason.